Hey guys, today we are unboxing the God of War Kratos and Atreus 1/6 statue by, I think it was produced by Chronicle Collectibles. It was $350 and it's a limited edition of 750 pieces worldwide, and it was a Sideshow and GameStop exclusive. So here is the box, and there's not much on it. It's just God of War with the kind of PlayStation buttons logo, and on the top we have just PlayStation, and on the other side there's nothing. It's really just black with nothing on it. So that's it for the box, and here's the statue. So for the assembly, it's pretty easy to assemble overall. So here we have Kratos, pretty easy, and we got his arm here. Some people said that the magnet was not very strong and they had problem because of that. Personally, I'm not having any issue with that. I think it holds fine. Here we have Atreus, also pretty easy to place. That said, the arrow that he's holding with the bow, it just doesn't stay. It keeps falling. I don't know how you're supposed to assemble this. I had to put some sticky tack on his fingers for it to stay, which is not a very good thing. And on the back we've got this little piece here that also doesn't stay very well. Also had to use some sticky tack on it, but overall it's pretty easy to assemble statue. So now here is my 360 view of the statue. And now here is my size comparison. So this is 1/6 scale and it's about 15 inches tall or 38 centimeters. And here's a size comparison with the NECA Kratos. So we have the 7 inches Kratos and the 18 inches 1/4 scale Kratos. So you have an idea of the scale. And here it is with Kratos on throne, which is a huge statue. So you have more an idea of the scale. And here with the 26 inches Kratos and with Legend Kratos by Gaming Head. So for a 1/6 scale statue, it's quite massive because it's a 2-character diorama with a quite big base. So yeah, pretty decently sized statue for $350 at least. And now I'm just gonna show you the details on this. And I'm gonna try to add a lot of pictures so you can see what it looks like properly, because my camera really isn't. I had to lend a camera because mine broke, so I'm gonna add a lot of pictures so you can see this in details. So here is the base. I really like the base. Overall, it's pretty well done. The snow could be a little better, but other than that, I think it's pretty well done. And here we have the big head. And it looks quite good as well. I think we got a nice detail on that. And here we have the back. And this over here looks kind of bad. Looks like ketchup or something. Could be better. And now I'm gonna show you the details on Kratos and Atreus much closer. So let's kick things in with Kratos. And overall, he looks fine. Could be a little more detailed, but overall he looks good. The overall sculpt and paint are good. One thing I don't like is that it's pretty glossy. You can see here, like the clothing is really glossy. And yeah, I don't like this so much. But overall, the paint app is pretty good. And yeah, it looks pretty good. It's just that it's kind of glossy, which I don't like all that much. And yeah, here we have Atreus, and I think he looks really good. The actual sculpt of the face looks good. With a good lighting, he looks really good because there's a lot of detail in the sculpt. But the actual paint job on it could be better. If you don't have a good lighting, he's not gonna look all that good. because once again, a lot of the detail in this face is just the sculpt and not really the paint job. And here we have the clothing, which once again had that kind of really glossy finish, which I don't like all that much, but the overall paint app isn't too bad. Could be better. The overall paint job could be better. We have his hand here. It looks a bit weird, to be honest. I'm not sure what kind of detail was supposed to be on it. Yeah. So, what about the back of Kratos and Atreus? So, the skin looks good. I like it. I like the skin tone of it. The detail of it looks pretty good to me. And here we have the clothing, and once again, pretty glossy, which doesn't look all that good. Could look better, but the paint job isn't bad once again. Yeah. It could look better. I don't know why they use that kind of glossy varnish for the clothing. And here we have Atreus. Also a bit glossy, but... and here you can see what I'm talking about when I say it's glossy. We've got his kind of shoulder armor. And it's super glossy. Like, the detail on it is fine. It could be better. But it's really, really glossy. Here we got the axe, which I think looks fine. It's nice, yeah, it looks pretty nice to me. And so I thought I would bring Kratos by NECA to show you what I'm talking about when I say I don't like the fact that it's glossy. Here we have the Kratos by Chronicle Collectibles, which is pretty glossy. And here we have the Kratos by NECA, which is not glossy at all, and it looks better. You see the details more, see the paint app more than this one. All you see is like the reflections, the shiny reflections of the sculpt, which it's not really what leather looks like in real life. You know, same here, really glossy versus leather glossy, and it looks better. It feels better. Also, you know, have these little things here, and they have a nice texture to make them look more real. And here, there's no texture, so it doesn't look as good. So that's one little detail that I found that could have been improved on the Chronicle Collectible statue. That said, I prefer the face and the skin tone of the Chronicle Collectible statue than this one, which is super pale. Doesn't look as good, not as well done. This one is better done, and it's more accurate. Because let's talk about accuracy. It's a pretty accurate statue overall. I think the skin tone of Kratos and the head sculpt are pretty accurate. The overall details are pretty much all there on the statue. It looks really like Kratos. And Atreus, his head sculpt is top notch. Like, really, I love the head sculpt for that. Looks like Atreus in the game. It's pretty well done. And yeah, comparison with the prototype. You see a small downgrade. It's more glossy, but overall, it's not too far from the prototype. So yeah, pretty accurate statue. The overall detail is fine. Could look better, but for $350, I think it was worth it. Yeah, if you can get it at this price, I recommend it. I think it's sold out now. It was a sideshow and GameStop exclusive. I think it's sold out, but who knows? Maybe you can get it in the future. Yeah, just don't expect like Prime 1's 0 quality. Now you've seen what it looks like, so you know what to expect. But I think it's worth it for $350. So that's pretty much it for this review. Thanks for watching, and see you soon with more gaming statue reviews.